What's up, mamas? Welcome to Kids OT Help. If you are new, my name is Nicole and I'm so glad you're here today because in this video, I'm diving into the 5 books that have completely changed my life. I'm so excited to share these books with you guys and share how each of them has had a profound impact on my growth and has helped alter my perception of life. All right, my friends, let's get into it. So the first book on my list is The Power of Now. I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with this book. If you haven't read it already, I highly recommend it. As the title implies, The Power of Now really focuses heavily on teaching you the significance of the present moment. But for me specifically, it taught me acceptance. So I've mentioned this in a previous video, but for those of you who don't know, my father passed away unexpectedly about 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, I was a completely different person. I was someone who had to control everything and I did not do well with change. So I remember the 9 days in which my dad was in the ICU and I was driving back and forth, from my house to the ICU to be with him. And in those short 9 days, I was dealing with the heaviness of what was happening and it really put me in a state of shock. And it just so happens that I was reading this book when all of this unfolded. I was probably halfway through the book, and I can't tell you what a godsend that book was at that point in my life. I needed that book to get through what I was going through. The Power of Now helped me reframe my thoughts, and it really gave me space to be present with my dad for his last 9 days. It helped me to let go of him as gracefully as I possibly could, and it also helped me let go of the emotions that could have paralyzed me. It honestly helped me to accept what was happening and to cherish what was, and again, accept what now is. I would honestly say that this book is probably the book that had the largest impact on my life because I had a huge fear of death. And of course, losing someone that you love is a major fear. And I realized that if I could get through my greatest fear, then I'm freaking unstoppable. And I have nothing to fear anymore. So that really helped me shift my mindset and help me grow leaps and bounds and see things in a completely different way. So I highly recommend this book, even if you're not going through something super traumatic. It's a good one. So the second book on my list is The Untethered Soul. This is another really popular book, so maybe some of you have read it or at least heard about it. This book also focuses heavily on trying to really rewire the way that we think about things, how we observe what is taking place in front of us, how we observe the present moment and how we place judgments on that and how that ultimately affects the decisions that we make and our life orientation. And I want to share a really powerful quote from this book that just resonates with me and to me speaks to the essence of the message that the book is trying to send. The quote is, "You will get to a point in your growth where you understand that if you protect yourself, you will never be free. It's that simple." To me, I'm like, that quote gives me chills. I know I got off on the story that was super dramatic and traumatic, but let's go with something a little bit lighter. For example, I think I hesitated hardcore starting this YouTube channel years ago because I wanted to protect myself from the haters, the trolls, the critics. I didn't want to, face the possibility of feeling hurt or, less than, or all these things. And I had to overcome that and just get out and do this. All that to say, if you have a dream and you're scared to take the risk to do it because what if you fail? What if this? What if people laugh at you? What if people don't support you? Well, what good are you doing yourself if you're hiding in your little shell to protect yourself when really ultimately your heart and your soul wants to be free? You long for the feeling of financial freedom, traveling, having more time with your family, feeling lit up from within. Yeah, anyways, it's a wonderful book. Highly recommend it. So the third book on my list is You Are a Badass. How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. This book is all about your self-worth. I was gifted this book by a really good friend of mine for my 30th birthday, and I laughed my butt off through this entire book. This book is hilarious, and I'm pretty sure Jen and I would be the best of friends if we were ever to meet in real life. She does a wonderful job of breaking down in very simplistic, doable, realistic terms how to let go of the self-doubt and the self-limiting beliefs that you hold and that you tell yourself every day and that you don't even realize has these grand impacts, again, on the choices, decisions, judgments, and ultimately orientation of your life. How to let that crap go so you can be aligned with your truest self and go after your dreams and all the things that light you up. Another beautifully written book. And you know, it's nice to, I mean, she's doing well, obviously. She's a big name now, but it's really nice to hear someone's story who seems like they could have been your next door neighbor, you know? She talks a lot about her humble beginnings, and I think that's super relatable for many of us, and how she had to overcome a lot of psychological and mental crap to, you know, free herself to align herself with what she's ultimately doing now. The fourth book on my list is called Conversations with God. Now this one's a doozy, and it might mess you up, but in a good way, I think. I had to decompress for like months after reading this book. My mind kind of exploded. So I recommend it, but I also caution you that it can get a little crazy. This book, in my opinion, really broke down how we perceive everything. It helps you understand why you cannot have good without bad, how there is no light without darkness. And as humans, we have to experience tragedy, death, loss, pain, joy, suffering, love, beauty. We have to experience it all to really know who we are at our core. And so this book really helps prime you to accept that in life, people are gonna do things that you really don't like, that you really don't agree with, and it really helps you let go of judging whether that was good or whether that was bad. And so it primes you for life to accept the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the last book on my list is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. So this is a wonderful book. It's a really short read, but it's packed with power and meaning. So one portion of the book that stood out majorly to me and became like my life mantra and has given me so much clarity in terms of my purpose and what lights me up is a section of the book that talks about how everybody here has a unique talent. Everyone has a very unique way of delivering that talent. So there's something that you can do that nobody else on earth can do, and I truly believe that, in the way that you present it, in the way that you communicate it, whatever it is. And when you combine that talent with service to humanity, you put those two things together, that is the key to abundance, success, fulfillment, and I mean, it makes so much sense to me. I can't tell you how much joy it brings me doing this each week and connecting with you guys. And I never would have expected, you know, the responses that I get from you in terms of how much it helps you or how helpful the things that I choose to share are to you all. And it lights me up. And so I'm doing something where I lose track of time when I'm doing it because I'm so passionate about it and it feels so right. I feel so aligned when I'm in the flow, you know, creating content like this for you guys. To know that it's having a positive impact on some of you, that's the golden ticket, guys. That's the winning combination. Do something to serve others and do something that lights you up, and you cannot lose. The universe will open doors for you. And some of you guys, this may be too woo-woo, but there's gonna be more of that on my channel because I love it, and it's changed my life in ways that I can't quite articulate, and so I want you guys to share in that success too. I'll be bringing it to you. Anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. 5 books that have completely changed my life. You guys, please do me a huge favor. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what books have changed your life for the better. I'd love to hear your stories and why that book has had a profound impact on your life. If you guys love content like this and want more of it, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining in, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.